Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me from. Welcome to yet another episode of Unlimited by Muna, where we talk about business and tips on how to start, manage, and grow your business. So today we're going to be covering a very interesting topic, and this topic will be on some of the clues that you're supposed to consider before you choose a business idea that you want to venture into. So previously, I have encountered people asking some of the questions, and these questions are mainly some of the concerns that people have because they are maybe wanting to start a business idea or they are thinking of venturing into business. Some of the questions that I've received have been like somebody has capital and they want to start a business and they're not sure what they can do. I've also encountered somebody maybe who has quit a job and they're thinking about venturing into business. Next, maybe somebody who does not want to go on with employment. Someone had also inquired about some of the opportunities that somebody can try and venture into in the rural areas, especially those people who are away from the urban centers and they are in the rural areas. They want to do something maybe on the farm or something in the village. And last but not least is some of the business ideas that maybe somebody can consider if they are trying to do part-time, somebody who is already having a job but they're looking for something that they can do for them to earn extra income. It's important to make sure that you have in mind what idea that is ideal for you to start in order for you to not end up making a move that is going maybe to make you lose your money or maybe move in the wrong direction. So here are some of the tips that you're supposed to consider before you pick a business idea. Number one, you can start by looking at the problems that are being encountered in your society. And some of these problems, you can easily see them by looking at what people are really asking for or what people are struggling to get. For instance, you are in a locality where people maybe ask for gas somewhere that is very far. So you can consider venturing into that business of supplying them gas and delivering it to their homes, because now you're solving their business, you're solving their problem of delivering that gas at a place that is within their reach. You're going to make a good profit because now you're going to be solving that problem of availability of the gas. Another example could be in a locality where there is a problem or an issue with supply of water. You can, if you have capital, you can consider maybe drilling a borehole and supplying water to those residents. By solving their problems, you'll also be earning yourself some cash. So solving problems in the society is one of the ways in which you can try and come up with an idea. Number two is that you can utilize your expertise or your skills to come up with a business idea. For instance, you're somebody who is enthusiastic about fashion or you're skilled in the fashion industry. You can open a business based on what you know best. If you're somebody who knows how to cook, you can consider opening a business in the sector of cooking, like investing in a restaurant or a hotel. If you're somebody who knows how to dance, you can easily look for some space and then look for kids or adults or any other person who will be interested in learning dancing skills. Or maybe if you're somebody who knows how to sing and you can easily teach kids how to sing, or you're somebody who knows how to play the piano. I mean, there's so many things that you can try based on the things that you already know or you are an expert in. Third on the list is that you can decide and come up with your own product, like your own production. Let's look at this example. Mark Zuckerberg came up with Facebook. Jeff Bezos came up with Amazon. You can as well come up with something that has not been done before. You can look in your society and look for something that maybe that just gives you vibes of something you can come up with. You can sit down and come up with your own creation that has never been seen before, which people have never experienced, and you can turn that into a very lucrative business. Number four is that you can convert your talent or your passion into a business. Look at the people, for instance, who maybe are good in playing instruments. Okay, like when I walk in the Nairobi streets, I have sometimes encountered a guy who usually attracts quite an audience, and what he does is that he calls himself the one-man army. What he does is that he plays 12 instruments all by himself. When I walk in the Nairobi streets, I have sometimes encountered a guy who usually attracts quite an audience, and what he does is that he calls himself the one-man army. What he does is that he plays 12 instruments all by himself. This person is talented in playing these instruments all by himself. It's not a normal thing that you find people on the road playing 12 instruments all at once by themselves. So this is something that he's passionate about and he's talented in. It might not make sense to other people, but there's always somebody who will always appreciate what you do. Whatever you are good in could be something that is unique to what people are used to seeing. So you can try out something that you're already talented in to make a business from that could end up giving you a good earning for your living. You can as well come up with an idea based on where the future is headed. Take for instance, some of the things that have really come in handy right now that we keep using. People sat down and came up with these ideas based on where they saw the future heading. Like for instance, during the 2020 coronavirus pandemic, because somebody sat down and saw where the future was headed, the future was headed into people venturing into content creation and all. So somebody just sat down and came up with stuff like the tripod stands, they came up with lighting, they came up with all this stuff that content creators use because they knew that this will come in handy in the near future. So from your point of view, you can easily sit down and look at how the trend is moving, look at how things are moving, and you can easily identify maybe something that you feel like will be important in the future that somebody else has not yet discovered yet. Number 6 is very interesting here because this one is where you come up with a cheaper version of something that already exists in the market and has a demand. Like for instance, the bar soap in the market has a lot of demand. In fact, if sources are to be trusted, the supply is actually lower than the demand. You can come up with your own product that does not compromise the quality, same standards or maybe even higher standards, but try and give it maybe a lower price. And with the current economic times, you're sure that people will be rushing to get your product because it's a necessity for them, and you're also giving them a better deal in terms of value. So if you're seated there thinking of business idea to start and you're not sure where to start with, you can easily maybe look at that thing that you know how to make already and it's already in the market with a good demand. You can consider trying to make that product, commercialize it, and see if you can make a fortune out of that. Last but not least, please consider subscribing to Unlimited by Mona because this is the place where we give business ideas, cover success stories in business, and also giving you tips on how to start, manage, and grow your business. Thank you. I'm your host. My name is Mona. See you in the next.